Flash of silver shot through the air. It was a kid's paper pinwheel, stuck right into the wall. The triplets stared into the darkness in shock. There was Ko Retsu, hugging his knees, rolling toward them in the weirdest way imaginable. The triplets froze on the spot. Then Ko Retsu stood up from the ground and said he wanted to have some fun with them too. The triplets who'd been so cocky a moment ago suddenly panicked, but they quickly got back into their triangle formation, surrounding Ko Retsu just as they were about to attack. This guy threw them a curveball. He actually peed on the ground and drew a circle with it. After that, Ko Retsu looked much more relaxed. Then, while the three watched in disbelief, Ko Retsu just lay down on the ground since he was practically asking for it. The triplets didn't hold back. They started stomping on Ko Retsu's head. Just when they thought they'd stomped him to death, he suddenly sat back up. Ko Retsu held his hand to his ear. In that moment, he was listening to the wind. Then he walked to the pinwheel and blew hard. The air around them suddenly started swirling, forming into a gust of wind. Then Ko Retsu raised his shirt high in the air, like a pirate's flag waving before setting sail. Next, he used the mud mixed with his urine to paint a scary face on himself. He took a deep breath, and his muscles tensed up instantly. Then he ripped off his headband. Now let's get this started. The triplets were scared out of their minds. They could only keep swallowing hard to calm their nerves, but they quickly got back into their triangle formation around Ko Retsu. With Ko Retsu's back turned to them, the three freaks launched another cheap shot, but Ko Retsu dodged with the most bizarre movement they'd ever seen. Then Ko Retsu smashed his palm right under one guy's chin. The terrifying force sent the guy flying. After seeing the third brother taken out with one hit, the other two finally realized what kind of monster they were dealing with. One of them was so scared he wet himself. All he wanted was to run home to his mommy. The last one left. After meeting Ko Retsu's eyes, completely lost his will to fight. Since that was the case, Ko Retsu had no reason to continue. But when Ko Retsu got back to his cell, he was surprised to find Baki kneeling before him. Baki wanted to fight Ko Retsu after his match with Oliva and asked if he'd accept the challenge. Ko Retsu was happy to oblige. Forget after the fight. He'd be totally down to throw down right now. But just then, a pair of eyes appeared at the cell door. Oliva smiled slightly. Then with one massive push, he twisted the 100-ton iron door like it was nothing. Everyone was left speechless by that insane strength. Oliva then walked up to Ko Retsu, door still in hand. Could the ultimate showdown between them be about to begin?